Welcome to a Bobcat Sports Network exclusive. We're talking for the second straight year with our reigning CAC Men's and Women's Swimmer of the Year. We've got Christian March, Macey, Nitchie here with fifth-year head coach Justin Anderson. And today, let's get it started with you, Coach. We talked last week about Christian and Macey, and you told me they were the greatest Frostburg swimmers. Can you give us some context to where they stand in this program in an all-time kind of sense?
Yeah, I think if you look top to bottom from when the program started in the late 70s to today, Macey and Christian are the best swimmers that have ever come through Frostburg's doors. The women's team was really strong early on in the 80s, and we had some national qualifiers, even a national champion. But you look at the times from back then to today, and they just don't even compare. And put Christian top to bottom against anybody on that record board, and he comes out on top almost every time.
Now, last year you mentioned these two were your very first recruits on the men's side and the women's side. And I want to ask you guys, what brought you here to Frostburg State, and at what moment did you know that you could be really, really good at this college swimming thing?
Coach Anderson actually started emailing me my senior year of high school, and he started coming to some of my meets. Met him actually down at the Cumberland Y for the swim meet, and he was always getting back to me real fast, and it just it just ended up working out, and I'm glad it did. I just kept improving since I got here. So.
And Macey, what brought you to Frostburg?
I was in kind of the same boat that Christian was. Coach Anderson continued to contact me, and I think I was kind of intrigued with, I saw the program was in growth period and that it was being built up. So that intrigued me to come here, and I saw pretty much potential in it, and I wanted to be part of something that could become a lot bigger, and then here we are today. So.
Here we are today, you guys, a six-time champion, Macey, Christian, a four-time champion as well. So, Justin, when you see the growth of these two, can you describe the process, freshman year through senior year, that they both went to get to where they are today?
Yeah, freshman year, for both of them was just a lot about getting used to the type of schedule we do, the type of training we do, and buying into the program that we were building, and trusting into the training process of how we swim fast come championship time. So for them, the first couple years were kind of just getting used to, I'm going to feel tired and beaten down all season, and I'm going to trust that when we get to that rest phase, it's going to be there. And luckily, the first few meets they had great meets, so that makes buying a lot easier when you're swimming well. And then for both of them, I think around halfway through their sophomore year, that was when I was like, wow, they could be really good. And I think that's probably when things started to click for them. I remember Macey at our Davis and Elkins meet broke her first team record, going a lifetime best by 4 seconds, and that for me was where I was like, okay, she's gonna probably do some pretty special things here. And Christian at our first F&M taper meet, I remember had a huge meet, dropped a lot of time, lifetime best almost across the board, and we knew something special was going to be there too.
What was it like this year to have accomplished everything you did last year, and now you have to start all the way back at square one? Was it harder to come back from being the swimmer of the year this year? What was that like?
I don't think it was any harder. I think it was there was still more to drive for. The conference was getting faster. The whole team got faster, so there was more people pushing. And we had a great team around us to keep pushing us every day in practice, every day in all the dual meets throughout the season, and I think it all worked out pretty well.
What was it like to come back as the swimmer of the year?
I was awarded it last year, so I knew that I had these expectations I set for myself that I wanted to be just as great as the year before. So it put a little bit of stress on me, but it honestly made me faster because I had that drive.
And this year is the most team success that Frostburg has had in the CAC era here. Christian, last year you mentioned having more fun throughout the course of the year. Do you think that this year was even more fun than last year, and what made it that way?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely because we had a bigger guys team. Everyone was real into it. We even had a freshman win an event this year and helped out our relays a lot. Relays were real competitive throughout the conference, and that's definitely where the fun kind of comes out and comes into the competition. So.
And both of you before the championships mentioned relays as something you were looking forward to. We'll go with Macey for this one. What was it like to be at championships this year, not only winning all of your championships, but being a part of some record-setting relays?
It was a lot of fun. The relays, I never swam the 800 free relay before at championships. I've only swum it at F&M a few times, so That was a lot of fun because the 200 free is my best, and I was able to lead it off, and I feel like that set the tone for the rest of the relays. That was the first year, at least since I've been on the team, that the relay's been off the bottom of 6th place at championships, so we were able to stack that relay this year, and that was super fun. And all the relays that I was in, we got 3rd place, which is top in CAC rather than in the bottom of 4th.
And school records.
Yeah, and
across
school
the board.
records, and I feel like we were able to stack all the relays this year and make them pretty decent, and that was a lot of fun. But
Christian, how was it with some of your first-year swimmers coming up, and you were in the best relays you were in your 4-year career? What was that like?
That was really cool. I think it also got them real excited. Like, it was awesome breaking records with some of them, and they should keep building up with those. They definitely couldn't have gotten our relays like where they were without them this year, and that was huge.
They're going to have a hard time without you next year, I'll say that. Justin, we've talked a little bit this year about what leadership means in swimming. Can you sort of explain what it means in college swimming and how these two have sort of shown it over their careers and this year specifically?
Yeah, I mean, both Macey and Christian have kind of been leaders on the team since their freshman year, and whether they've been in leadership roles or not, I mean, they've been leaders from day one, and a lot of that takes place just in the everyday activities and how they carry themselves and represent the team. And I think part of Frostburg swimming becoming, competitive and respected within the conference has been about the way these two have carried themselves, and how the swimmers that have come after in the first years this year have kind of followed in suit with that, with hard work ethic every day, giving your all in the weight room, pushing your limits in the pool. So I think just in the tone and example they've set has been the biggest thing that they've done leadership-wise for our team.
Yeah, the women's, the highest placing they've ever had at championships. The men, the most points they've had at championships. Finally, for you two, you have all these accolades: swimmer of the year, individual champions, B-cut times, school records. What are each of you most proud of in your 4 years here at Frostburg?
Probably 2 times CAC Swimmer of the Year, and doing it with a teammate is pretty cool. And then also the relay records. So.
definitely as well, the 2-time CAC Swimmer of the Year doesn't happen. This is the first time it's happened other than Mary Washington, so I feel like that's really cool and something to be proud of for both me and Christian, and along with all the records that him and I both hold here at Frostburg.
Justin, what would you say to the legacy and what lasting impact will these two have on the program for years to come?
Yeah, I think they're gonna be the names that freshmen look up to on that board for quite a while, and it's gonna take some time to get rid of. I think there's 38 records between them, so they've kind of set the bar that everybody's gonna chase after, and they've helped get Frostburg to new places that we've never been before, and everybody's gonna just keep building on that and keep chasing it. And excitingly for Christian, we found out he's going to the NCAA championship today in Indianapolis, so we're pretty excited.
Well, guys, thank you so much for taking the time. And this has been another Bobcat Sports Network exclusive with Christian March, Macey Nitchie, and Justin Anderson. I'm Andy Stanko. All right.
Great to tell me that now.